While we're here, we might as well go to the dumbwaiter. Use that to get around. There's a bone charm or rune right above us. So, I'm gonna try and get that. You see? I wonder what that was for. Well, would you look at that?
This is a new one. The punch cards are already selling fast.
Up to the 3rd floor. I think it's about time we seen about this Sean Young guy. Unlike Billy, I actually do care for Sean Young's music so far. I didn't want to interrupt.
The tragic arias resonate better now. The warmth of penetrates to my heart with such delicious melody. I credit the spectre's
Sean Young.
infusion.
Normally I'd have to pay a fortune to hear him sing.
To hover in
that's
the
not
gray
why I'm
space
here.
between life and death, almost daring the final step into the void. Who could remain unmoved? Who could return unaltered?
I didn't want to interrupt him talking either. He might say something interesting.
Dumbwaiter, dumb room key. You already had that. Thanks.
Sean Young's working notes. I am stagnating. Every song I write bores me. I need inspiration. There are untapped depths within me. Songs that make Gloriana sound like raven squawks. Of course, my adoring audience can't tell the difference. They gave me 3 standing ovations at the Opera House tonight, crying encore until they were hoarse. But they come for my fame, the handsome face in the posters, more than my music. No, I can't let their adoration make me complacent. I must expand my talents and create ever more wondrous songs. But how? Legend says that the great composer Anton Cheswick wrote his Pandician Concerto in the throes of death, each note a cry of loss and longing from the brink of the void. Perhaps a taste of death would inspire me too. Yes, that's it. I must die a little to be reborn as an artist. I must peer beyond the veil and behold the great truths of existence. What better inspiration? What purer source of creative power? Imagine the masterpieces I will compose, gazing into the black eyes of the outsider himself. Well, at least your heart's in the right place. I can respect somebody who is willing to go so far so they can do great things in terms of, their art. Not that I claim to be a professional artist myself, I'm just saying.
And another dead horse. How many of these did you make? You only need one, you know. Also, do you have a wife? Or husband? Oh, yeah, tell us.
He packs the Royal Opera House. So why give private concerts?
Money. I'm sure he has his reasons. In an unparalleled evening of song and dance to honor His Grace Duke Bell, one performer soared above the rest. Sean Young, the boreal songbird, dazzled the crowd at the Royal Opera House with his glorious ballads and moving interpretations of classic arias. A native of Tivia, Yun recently relocated to Karnaka for creative inspiration. Judging by last night's performance, he found the stimulation he was seeking. Duke Bell himself led a standing ovation for the singer's rendition of In the Month of Darkness. If you weren't one of the lucky elite who caught Yun's performance last night, audiographs of the live performance will be available soon at local emporiums. Since this takes place after Dishonored 2, I'm assuming the Duke Bell they're referring to is... Wait a minute. It's actually the Body Double. So, canonically, Emily went to the Body Double and asked him, hey, can you just keep impersonating the Duke, like, for the rest of your life? Although at some point, you can just be yourself. You don't have to act like him. Canonically, it does not end with Corvo becoming the Duke, which is kind of a shame, because Karnaka is, like, his homeland.
That must be the knife. Dowd was right.
Or, the entirety of Serkonos is his birthplace. So it would be nice if he were the Duke. Then again, being so far away from Emily, Corvo likely would like to stay in Dunwall, where his wife was, where his daughter lives. Actually, I don't think him and Jasmine ever officially got married.
What does Sean Yun want from the Void? He's got everything already.
Even people who actually have everything will tell you they don't have enough. Also, keep in mind what we're talking about here. The Void. As far as some people are concerned, the Void is a place that blesses you with powers. In a certain way, you can argue that's exactly what happened to Dowd, Corvo, Emily, and now you. And remember that book that I read that I said was bullshit about cooking tongues so that you can make your vocal cords better? Or whatever the heck it said? At first I was just thinking, Sean Yun probably wants more knowledge. He wants a better understanding of what the Void is. But that's probably not the case. He wants powers from the Void, the outsider, to have the best voice. He wants to be the best opera singer in the Isles. Calling back to what I said earlier, as far as Sean Yun is concerned, he doesn't have everything. Not yet. And admittedly, this is something that I, and likely most other people, can relate to. I love to draw. It's my passion. But I know that there are many others out there who are far more talented than I am. And often, not only do I look at their art with magnificence and awe, but with jealousy. And that's probably what Sean Yun feels. He hears many others singing on Silvergraphs and in other opera houses, and he gets jealous of how much better he feels that they are. And the fact that I totally didn't pay attention to any of this during my first playthrough makes me so upset with myself. You know how people work. Even when they have everything, that's not enough.
I hear this song everywhere. It's popular.
Sean Yun's diary. Last entry. I must remember to change that aria that unlocks my safe. Perhaps I'll grab Gloriana's card from the gallery and calibrate the safe to it. Bah, it doesn't matter what song I choose, as long as it's different. I can't keep Among the Oxrush Blooms as the key. Not now that Eolina knows the secret to my musical lock. I adore her, but I am no fool. A man must protect his treasures. My darling Eolina believes the lock requires live singing to open, and I didn't disabuse her of the notion, but it is untrue. An audiograph of the correct aria will suffice as well. As long as the lock recognizes the pure tones of my voice, it will open. The Savik Company insists It's dangerous to have the audiographs as a reserve measure, but what else could I do? I'll never forget the time I had a throat infection. The stubborn lock didn't recognize my sad croaks and squawks as me. It refused to open, and I couldn't wear my jewels that night. No. Better a little risk than to perform unadorned.
The key to his safe is a song. That's different.
That's nice. I like that.
Not this one.
Okay.
Never seen a safe like that before. But I've cracked plenty. This shouldn't be too hard.
Dear Sir, we are pleased to inform you that the personal box registered with the Young Jacoby joint account has been fitted with new locks. As part of our routine annual security updates, you will each receive a new key to this box located in our private vault. Both keys are required to access it. Please contact me with any questions. Your servant, Lucreta Morsal. It's a letter from Michael's bank. A piece of the void. Each of us carries a void inside our bodies. It charms just beneath the surface of our consciousness. It yearns for our contact, our fears, our desires. Our sneezes. This truth is only a portion of what the eye allows us to see. One day such knowledge may be ours. Yours. Keep this piece of the void as a promise. Not just your potential, but of our power. When you are permitted to join us here, you will see the void in its unfathomable mystery. Then this token will no longer satisfy you. Okay, so we read 1 through 3. We read 4. Treatise on the physical existence of that foreign realm. Excerpt. If the difficulties of reaching the void are neither practical nor moral, then we must reflect upon the ethical. If the void is only presented to those who are at the threshold of death, then one must glean that death is required in order to breach whatever barrier stands between our world and that world of unfathomable legend. Okay, here's the thing. It's interesting that they use the word breach, aka invade. Why would you invade this realm that clearly has a barrier separating it between itself and the physical world? One would assume that that barrier exists for a reason, and maybe we shouldn't mess with it. I am not suggesting we begin some heretical practice of human sacrifice, but consider this. There are people within our society who have made it their purpose in life to trouble the hard-working citizens of the Empire through sloth, thievery, and murder. The execrable persons are not fit to live among us. With the cooperation of the Abbey of the Everyman and the Academy, a device might be constructed to trap that social vermin at a point of fatal pains. The void might be properly accessed and studied. Morbid experiments, to be sure, but necessary for the criminals who live within our walls to be turned to a grander purpose. Here, they might be of use at their moment of death, as they never were in their life. This is but my own modest proposal. See, now here's the thing. What if that criminal does reach the void, and they are, say, given powers by the outsider? Or some kind of other supernatural property? What then? If you can't see the danger in that, then I can't help you. Impression of the Void in 3.
The Void. I've never seen it, but I heard enough from Dowd to know it's not a place you forget.
Another guide in the collection. It's not a new note. He has 7 notes of the same thing. With all that said and done, let's go back the way we came. Unless... How nice of my energy to fully regenerate on its own. I guess that means I won't be needing a Piero solution or Addermeyer solution or any equivalent of such. Let's go downstairs one more time. With that in mind, kind of makes the powers in this particular game a bit OP, because you never have to worry about running out. Before this, you could only rely on your powers so much. That's what made them valuable. Bone charm. Got it. Is that it? I remember that sound effect. When my energy is just about to run out. Listen. That's the same exact sound effect they used in the first game, when Corvo's poison was starting to kick in. That's insane. New songs recorded. Oh, this is the other song I could have used. Dear Mr. Sean Yun, you will find the audiograph cards of Among the Oxrush Blooms in the month of darkness and release Tiny Golden Locks. Gloriana, thy golden locks. Enclosed with this missive, we apologize again for the shipping delay. Please contact us immediately if the cards do not perform as expected. Per company policy, we will keep a copy of your latest audiograph cards on file for our own records, should you damage or misplace your own. Happy listening, Lee Hyolin. Security is music to our ears. Huh, that's a fine way of putting it. What was this called? Foresight. That way I can look for runes and bone charms, and look for people behind walls and stuff. It's like void gaze, or dark vision, whatever you call it. Oh, another one. I think I should have enough money to buy some more supplies at the black market. And if I don't, well, then it sucks to be me, I guess. And that wasn't a criticism on the developers' parts for reusing the same sound effect. Majora's Mask reused a ton of elements, and I love that game. It's just something I noticed. I actually like things like that. Screen's just gonna be black for a little bit, I guess. Okay, here we go. And yes, the bartender is still here. I thought I was gonna be able to exit through that door, but apparently not. Which means only one thing. We are gonna have to use the front door. I'm not happy about that. I have a stun charge, so I could take her out. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Oh, good. I don't know how I was able to reach the latch from there, but hey, you know what? I'm not gonna complain. And there's more people I didn't take care of yet. We don't want anybody getting suspicious, so let's just put these horse saps in chairs. That way nobody gets suspicious. Next thing you know, somebody will walk in and just think, oh, look at that, nobody can handle their liquor. So there's a bone charm. How about this safe? Finally, the cabinet key. That's exactly what I was looking for. Alright, so now we can go upstairs, open up that cabinet and stuff, and see what they've been hiding this whole time. I think I saw some coins or something. Umberwood Dock Prism. Worth some coin. Silver war medal. Also worth some coin. Nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I can close the cabinet. That's gonna bother me a little bit. We're all taught to put things back the way we found it, but one more quick save before we leave. Because I'm sure something's gonna go wrong. Yeah, there's a guy down there. Well, I can still use my displace when carrying bodies. So that ought to come in handy. Let's see what we can do then. Okay, hold on.
Doesn't matter. There's a crate to put in.
There's an open door. Anybody in here? Hopefully not. That would be, make things a little bit complicated for me. Okay, I can just open this. No need to damage the glass. Am I still recording? Yes. My mic is also still picking up my voice, which is even better. Please keep doing that.
That's all I'm going to say about it.
That's all you're going to say about what? I think he implied that his sister is a popular escort in Tibia or something. I don't know. Oh, goodness. I like to throw them. It's funny. So that's been taken care of. Still need to go after Alberto. Well, I can use the same path that I just used. So now the idea is to drop Alberto in his brother's cabin by the canal. But for some reason, I read that as, hey, drop my brother into the water. There's something wrong with my brain.
I don't know how it came about, but there's something wrong with my brain. It's the ADHD. That's why I have a hard time paying attention. Hey, open the window! Yes, I can reach that.
And now I should be able to reach this terrace right here. Let's go ahead and drop in here real quick. See if there's anything to grab or get our hands on.
Unfortunately, we can't close that window. Let's go over there. Okay, well, not a huge loss. Wasn't a huge waste of time. And look at that, we're right back outside. We're not wasting any time, okay? Calm down. And there's no terrace we can just hop onto. No problem. Probably just head down there now.
Nope. Oh, hey, look at that, a door. Anyone home? We could probably find our way to the cabin by the canal going through here. And look at that, a chloroform bottle. A couple of them, I think. So we can just use them on these people, should the need arise. Seriously? Yes, this is the solitary homing place that I visited earlier. So I'll just leave you right there, my friend. You know, for how messy this place looks, it kind of seems cozy. I don't know. I would live in here. Just gotta clean it up a little bit. I'll go ahead and leave this food here for him. It's got some more food in here. Turn the burner on. That way the food is nice and warm when he wakes up. Okay, he should be fine. And now we gotta go to Jacoby's office.
How hard can it be to clean a few things?
Well, first things
Honestly,
first, let's
why
go
do I
back
hire
up
a
to
handful of
this
servants when I
apartment
don't
here.
do anything?
I didn't hear a single thing you said. Also, there's bodies over there. So, hey, you know what? I don't want you to start screaming about it. You too? Here, I'll put you both on the bench. How's that? You can have a conversation about it when you're done being unconscious. Hey, look at that! She's got her arm over the top of it. Like so many other people. And now so does she. This is our Kanaka bench as well. So, it's like special or something. I'm sure there's some money in here I could grab. Yes, some coin. Raw whalebone. Copper wire. There's a chloroform bottle. And another one. Raw whalebone. Good. This is just a Regent bottle. I think. Sometimes I look at a stack of papers like this and it makes me think, oh, that's something I can read. Right? No. I'll grab this one. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna make my way to the black market and buy some supplies. In doing so, I'm also going to use this chloroform bottle on any guards who may be in the way. Man, I am not doing good. I'm getting spotted by enemies left and right.
Feel free to look around.
Remember how relatively stealthy I was in Dishonored 2? Remember how even more stealthy I was in Dishonored 1? Are you sure you have that right? The Knife of Dunwall? Brigmore witches? I am doing awful right now. But for some reason I'm still going. I'm not quick loading anymore. It's not like I'm trying to get this particular game over and done with as quickly as possible, and it's not the point. I guess I'm just tired of quick loading back to my last save over and over. Now, interestingly enough, this guy also has the door to the black market, so I could theoretically rob him. But of course, there's a code. How do we get the code?
Hard times. Gotta be on the lookout.
Oh, hi! Had to use an IGN walkthrough for this. I wish I could have figured this out on my own, but how exactly would I think to do this? Anyway, 398. A shame I had to destroy that sign.
How could this happen?
Alright, whatever. No. Yes. What do I do with this?